You're quite tall in this motherfucker,
We
man.
got a floating head over here.
Forget the floating head jokes, you know what I mean? We were just starting that one. J-Bills, Media Spotlight UK. I'm here with Josh Brueckner. First time in London. How you feeling, brother?
I'm excited, man. I'm excited to be here, soak in the UK culture, and get to fight on a big show on Saturday night.
Because I've seen on your stories that you came through with your wife. So have you explored anywhere outside of Wembley, apart from here, obviously, of course?
No, we want to go to London tonight and explore over there. I don't really know. You know, obviously we're here for the fight, and that's first part of service. We'll do stuff after the fight, you know.
I would probably suggest, like, a lot of people that come to London, they always have this idea of central London. It is like the big town in the city. But I would probably suggest maybe go to more trendy places. That if you go to Shoreditch or Brick Lane or Liverpool Street, like East London is kind of like where the trendy stuff is really happening. Okay. So maybe try that.
Write that down after this, yeah.
Yeah, maybe try that. Maybe try that. I won't steer you wrong on that one.
No,
so I mean, of course you're here. You're facing Papi. You know, so being the biggest entertainer in the Misfits boxing world so far, how did the call up come for you to fight face Papi? What was the process like in getting the fight?
It's pretty simple. Mams calls me and he goes, "Yo, I got a fight for you." I'm like, who is it? He's like, Papi. I'm like, let's do it. And that was really it. I mean, obviously I looked him up and I was like, people really like this guy. Yes. He's got a lot of hype around him, and people are saying, like, I didn't know, but Mams told me, he's like, people are saying this is the #1 influencer boxer. Yes. And I'm like, okay, absolutely, like, no questions asked, like, send me the contract, let's get it done, because I'm here to be the best, and if you want to be the best, you got to take on the best. So,
of course, he's got like a massive fan base here. You know, you've been from the States, you had your big fight against Chase the Moore recently. How does that mentally put you in a space to be like, you know, you're coming to a different country? There's going to be fans that, you know, may potentially see you as the bad guy in this situation. So how do you mentally prepare to go like, I'm ready for all of this stuff?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they'll see me as a bad guy. I'm a nice guy.
No,
but,
of course, I can see you already.
I know what you're saying,
Yeah,
but yeah, of course, I don't think they're going to want me to win. I know, I believe I have some fans here myself, but I'm fully expecting to be booed. Bring it on. I think it'll be fun. I've never been like the underdog. I've never been booed before, so I'm excited to embrace all of that and really just put on a show for the fans. Like, obviously we're doing this for the fans. Yes. This is the fight the fans want to see. They say it's a sleeper fight. It's like the low-key main event of the night. Yeah. So that's why we're doing this, you know? Like, a lot of guys can easily duck a tough opponent, and just, I could have easily fought like a couple more Chase the Mars, but I'm like, no, like, I want.
You want more the bigger name guys at this point?
Yeah, I train hard every day in the gym, so I want to test my skills, and I think Papi's the perfect opponent.
And of course, like, you coming from an MMA background, you know, I've heard about that you've been doing this for a little over 10 years, as far as like MMA, like, well, give or take, give it a good while. How has it been, the transition from MMA to boxing? Has it been pretty easy to go with, and how has training been, like, how's camp been for you to prepare for Saturday?
Yeah, so absolutely completely different sports, in my opinion. It's like comparing like baseball and basketball. Like MMA, you're training so many different aspects of the sport and the martial arts. And also the way I fought in MMA was a kickboxing style, which is a lot different than a boxing stance, and also I was a ground grappler fighter. Yeah. So, and that was so long ago, you know, I had such a layoff of that.
So there's been like a gap, like, in between.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I would say is like having that fighting background and like knowing what it's like backstage, knowing what it's like doing this all week, knowing what it's like to cut weight. Yeah. I think that is where I have the advantage with that. Okay. But yeah, transitioning to boxing, completely different. I just went in and tried to be a sponge, tried to soak it all in. Yeah. And I have an awesome team back home in Arizona, and awesome coaches, awesome sparring partners. So they've been getting me dialed.
I mean, it's a great look for you. Like, you know, like I said, being your first time here, you're experiencing a whole new vibe and a new country. What sort of have you seen a lot of Papi's training? Like, is there anything that you feel that you can, you know, pick at and exploit for, you know, when you step in the ring? Is there anything you could pick at?
Yeah, I think he's pretty dialed. That's why, like I said, that's why I wanted this fight. I wanted a tough fight. He's fast. He has a good pull too, and he's got good footwork. He was a dancer, so. But I'm excited, you know. I'm excited. I haven't seen him been tested in the ring yet, so that's where it's like very hard to tell. You know, both the guys he fought, it wasn't really a tough test, and he could say the same for me. So that's why I think that makes this fight even more exciting, because he's 2-0, I'm 2-0. Someone's always got to go.
And of course, the future of influencer boxing is really going high at the moment.
5 years.
I mean, it's nuts. Like, obviously, the main fight that we're looking at in this year, Jake Paul versus KSI. How do you see the future of like influencer boxing? And do you see yourself now as like a pivotal person to be, you know, continuing on like in this space?
Yeah, I see a lot of influencers starting to take it even more seriously than they're already doing, and getting like, it's almost going to come to a point where it's like you can't really tell the difference, you know, like the technique. You saw Dean versus Wally, like that was such a good technical fight, and that looked just like any other pro boxing fight in my eyes. So especially with their fight experience, so yeah, I think it's just going to keep on growing a lot. We need to get some more people in the game, though. You know, there's not a lot of options out there to fight. You know, Mams called me. He's like, "Saw Papi," and I was like, "Well, cool." It was like, "Any other names?" Like, I like options. And he's like, "Nope." I mean,
besides not looking over Saw Papi, who would you want to fight? Who would be like your sort of opponents that you want to, you know, showcase your skills at?
Yeah, I'd love to fight KSI.
I mean, everyone does.
No, of course, and that's why I hate to say that, because that's like
no,
that's the basic answer and everything. But him or Logan Paul, and again, everyone wants to fight them, but they're the big name, and obviously they gotta expect people to want to fight them. And I don't see KSI really taking like the tough matches, and I think me and him would be a perfect fight, same weight, same size. He's shredded, I'm shredded. He trains hard, I train hard. Like, why not get a good fight in there?
Well, I mean, that could potentially be a fight along the way. I mean, you know,
get past Temper first though. Temper's he's a big dude.
How you feeling about like the KSI Faze Temper? Obviously, Dylan Dennis backing out. Like, from an outside point of view, how are you looking at the situation?
Honestly, I'm not surprised about Dennis pulling out. I mean, after he posted the video of him hitting mitts and stuff, he got roasted on social media. Like, everybody thought he was clowning people, but I think he was being serious.
He got it good.
Yeah, I think I got to his head a little bit. So right when I saw that, I knew he was going to back out. And then the Faze Temper fight was a shock to me, but I honestly think he's a tougher opponent than Dylan Dennis. So I'm excited to see how it plays out.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing you and Salt Papi potentially be fighting tonight. I see Slim is in the ring right now, so I'm going to let you go and do that. But I appreciate your time and I wish you all the best for this Saturday, brother.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.